Hello everyone and welcome to my class. To continue with the fifth chapter of class 10th history, that is the age of industrialization. Today in this video I'll be discussing about the peculiarities of Indian industrial growth, right? And we'll talk about how the small scale industry survived though the factory system or the industries came already started in India, right? Now, talking about the peculiarities of industrial growth in India, in the 19th century, the Indian industry started. But we know that in previous video also I have discussed that the early industries in India were of textile industries, right? But initially these Indian industrialists were producing yarn or thread, and these yarn or thread was exported to Britain and Chinese in China for their industries, right? They avoided competing with the Manchester cloth, right? Since their technology was not that superior than the Britishers, so they whatever the industries producing cloth was comparatively coarser than the Manchester producing cloth. Manchester industries producing cloth, it was of finer quality. So the industrialists avoided this competition with the Manchester mills. So they provided only, they were producing only the yarn for exporting purpose, right? Now, in the first decade of the 20th century, various changes came in Indian industrial growth. Reason being, this was a time period when national movement was on, and when Swadeshi movement was started, and emphasis was on boycotting the British products or the foreign products. So this gave a boost to the Indian industries. Rather than the phase came when Gandhiji was popularizing khadi. So such changes affected the industrial growth in India, because now people large number of Indian people were indulging themselves in national movement, started following or wearing khadis instead of they started preferring the Indian goods rather than buying the foreign products. This gave a boost to the Indian industry, but the real change came when the First World War started in the year 1914 in Europe, where the Britishers were directly involved. Since their involvement in the war was direct, whatever their industries were producing at that time was just to fulfill the needs of the army, just to fulfill the needs of the war. But when the war stretched for long years, at that time even their economy was affected by the war. Their industries were not able to match the pace with the demand. So what happened? The Britishers started using their colonies for this purpose. This was the time when Indian industrialists, they multiplied their production, and this gave a boost to the Indian industry. They were the ones, the Indian industries were the ones producing large scale goods for the war, for the Britishers, right? Their uniforms, tent, boots, all these things. So multiple industries set up during the war years, and those which were already working, they increased their production to meet the demand of the wars, right? So this gave a real boost to the Indian industry. And during the war years, when the war gets over, Manchester already lost its importance. Reason being, now that Manchester was replaced by the Indian industries, right? There was a huge demand of Indian goods at that time, because Indian industries were producing goods at a regular pace, right? So Manchester lost its importance and never recovered, right? So when the industrial growth was on, and people were engaging in large scale, Indian people were engaging in the Indian industries, we cannot say that the small industries totally declined. Rather, there was a very limited workforce, Indians who were working in the industries and factories. It was around 5% workforce in 1911, and it increased to 10% only in 1931. A large section of Indian population was still producing from home, right? They were producing at domestic front, while the cheap machine made thread or yarn wiped out the spinning industry in the 19th century in India. The weavers survived, though the spinning industries collapsed in India at that time, because the thread that were produced by the machines were comparatively good in quality, finer in quality, and it affected the spinning industry in India. But the weavers who were weaving cloth, they survived, small scale weavers. Reason being, they were using a mechanical device called fly shuttle. Right now, this fly shuttle helped them in producing cloth of wide width, and it is a mechanical device in which ropes and pulleys were used to arrange the threads, and weaving becomes very easy, right? So easy and fast. So this use of flying shuttle helped the weavers in producing at a comparatively much faster rate than whatever they were producing by hand or manually earlier, right? And moreover, there was another point that there were certain goods which the demand of these goods never declined, like the demand of Banarsi and Kalachuri hand woven saris, which are known for their intricate designs. So such things were never, such demands were never declined. So due to these reasons, the weaving industries, the weavers in India, they survived, right? And they continued for a long period. Though the factory system were already taking place in India, were showing a real growth, but still the weavers, they producing at their domestic front, though they were facing various challenges, but still they survived, right? So this is all about the peculiarities of the industrial growth in India. In the next video, I will be discussing about the competition between the Indian goods and the Britishers, and with that, what strategies adopted by both industries, the British industries and the Indian industries, to capture the market, especially the Indian market. So we will talk about that, and that will be a concluding video. I'll conclude this chapter in that. So keep on watching my videos. Please like, share and review, and please subscribe this channel. Thank you.